In previous lecture, we had a small introduction about operations research. We went through some fundamental definition, terminologies related to a linear programming problem. After that, we have seen how to do a formulation of any LPP problem. So, in case of a problem statement in a word format is given, how to arrive at objective function, then decision variables, constraint, and a non-negativity restriction. So that part is already covered. So now in today's lecture, let's see one of the method of solving LPP problem, that is graphical method. Now this graphical method we will go through step by step. So first thing, whenever you face a LPP problem, number one step is to formulate the mathematical model. That means identify decision variable. Four things you have to do. First thing, you have to identify the decision variable. Second thing, you need to identify objective function. Is it a maximize or minimize function? What could be the expression or formula to quantify that objective function? Third thing, you have to write constraint. What are the limited resources available, and derive some expression related to that limited resources. And number four is a compulsory constraint, that is non-negativity restriction. Okay, so step one already covered. Now this graphical method can be used only if there are two decision variables. That means your problem is consisting of x1 and x2 only. There should not be third or more number of decision variable. So the graphical method is applicable only to two decision variable. Okay, due to the limitation of having x and y coordinate. Generally हम जब graph बनाते हैं, okay, so you have this x and y axis. Generally in LPP we denote it as a x1, and y axis we denote it as a x2. So if you are having a decision variable more than two, that means there will be third dimension and it will be very difficult to solve using graphical approach. और अगर उससे ज़्यादा हो गए, again it becomes impossible to solve LPP problem if there are two or more, more than two decision variables. So this is one of the limitation of graphical method, but the advantage is in most of the competitive examination or gate examination, there are two decision variable, and it is expected to solve using graphical approach. It will give you a quick result, as well as the steps involved in graphical method are very easy. Okay. Next, as we are always dealing with non-negativity restriction, that means x1 and x2 is always greater than or equal to 0. Due to this restriction, always your solution, your answer will be in the first quadrant only. ये आपका origin हुआ. Never ever you are going to deal with the values in negative x2 direction or negative x1 direction. That means your solution will lie in this region, in the first quadrant only. So that is one of the advantage. Next, uh, so the step of solving using graphical method: first formulate the mathematical model. Next step, plot each constraint on the graph. Draw a line representing a constraint. So whatever, how many number of constraints are present in the mathematical model, that many lines, that many constraint we need to plot on a graph. After that, identify the feasible region based on the inequality condition, less than or greater than or equal to. You are going to get a feasible region, a region where there will be a optimum answer, or there will be your answer within that area. Okay. Now there is multiple approaches by using you are going to get, or you are going to reach to a optimum point. Okay, so one of that is the extrema point enumeration approach. Okay, so even though the term seems difficult, it's actually very easy. So whatever regions you are in for the optimal solution. Okay, so what this approach suggests, बहुत ही simple approach है कि जो आपका optimum answer रहने वाला है, whatever answer you are expecting from this graphical method, that answer is at extreme corner points. It will be not in this region. Okay, वो कहाँ पे रहेगा आपका आंसर? कॉर्नर पॉइंट्स पे रहेगा, and that is your extrema point enumeration approach. Now how we derive up to that point? For this, what you need to do, whatever objective function you are dealing with, okay, उसका एक line draw करना पड़ता है. Okay, it should be passing from the origin, and then you move that objective function wala line within that region, within the feasible region. Okay, and it has been observed that the best possible outcome or optimum answer is always at corner points, extreme points of the feasible region. Okay, so we are not gonna go into the details of derivation. Okay, just remember this, आपका जो आंसर रहेगा, it will be at corner points of feasible region, corner points of feasible region. Okay, let's have a better understanding of this method by solving one small numerical. Okay, so this is your problem. A firm manufactures two components, two products, A and B. Okay, so let's have first a decision variable x1 and x2 are a number of products A and B. Okay, so number of A product and number of B products. So that is your decision variable. Next, which the profit earned per unit is rupees 3 and 4. Okay, so that will be your objective, obviously objective function, maximum profit. So Z max will be equal to 3 into x1 plus 4 into x2. Okay, so that much amount of profit you are going to earn. The product is processed on two machines, M1 and M2. Now remember, machines here are resources. Okay, so these are going to give you constraint. Product A requires 1 minute of processing time on machine 1 and 2 minutes on M2. So M1 and M2, these are your resources. So A product requires 1 minute on the machine 1 and 2 minutes on machine 2, while B requires 1 minute on machine 1 and 1 minute on machine 2. Okay, so you got this table for the constraint. Machine M1 is available for not more than 7 hours 30 minutes. So machine 1 का जो total होगा, it should be less than or equal to 7 hours and 30 minutes. Okay, while machine 2 is available for 10 hours. So the machine 2, the total hours for machine 2 should be less than or equal to 10 hours. Okay, so here you are going to get a constraint. So 1 into x1 plus 1 into x2 should be less than 7 hours and 30 minutes. Okay, so we are going to convert it into minutes all. Then machine 2 का constraint देगा आपको 2x1 plus 1x2 should be less than or equal to 10 hours. So that is your problem. Find the number of units of product A and B to be manufactured to get the maximum output or maximum profit. So our aim here is to find out what should be the production of product A and B, that is x1 and x2. हमें ये quantity find करना है. Okay, so formulation is over. So you got these two constraints. I have converted it into minutes. So 7 hours and 30 minutes is nothing but 450 minutes. Okay, so this is your first constraint. Second constraint, 2x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 10 hours, that is 600 minutes. And a non-negativity restriction, your product A and B should not be minus, it should not be in negative numbers. Okay, so this we have discussed in a detail in the previous lecture, so that's why I have gone through thoda quickly. Our aim here is to understand the graphical approach. Okay, so in a graphical approach, you will start with the first thing, you will take a graph paper, then you will mark origin, let x-axis denoted by x1 and y-axis की जगह we will put x2 variable. Okay, so this will be your starting point. Now what you will do, you will pick the constraint number 1, and for this you are going to draw a line on this graph, a line which represent a constraint 1. Okay, so how to do that? Let's go to the next slide. Okay, so first constraint is x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 450. Second constraint is 2x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 600. Okay, now we need to plot it on the graph paper. So for which what we will do, we'll take a one small exercise and get 2 points. Remember, if you would like to draw a line, अगर आपको एक line draw करना है graph paper पे, we need at least 2 points. Okay, so point number 1 and point number 2, then and then we are able to draw a line, right? So from this constraint we are going to, we are needing to draw this kind of line. So for which I need point number 1 and point number 2. So how to reach to these 2 points? पहले क्या करते हैं, x1 को let's assume x1 equal to 0. What will happen? We'll get equation x2 less than or equal to 450. Right now, for the time being, forget about this inequality sign. Assume x2 is equal to 450. For time being, forget about this less than sign. So x1 plus x2 is equal to 450. x1 0 put kar diya, we get x2 equal to 450. Right? So first point का कोऑर्डिनेट मिल गया, देखो उसका कोऑर्डिनेट है 0,450. Right? Similarly, in the next task we will put x2 equal to 0. What we will get? x1 equal to 450. So we got another point 450 comma 0. Right? Now 2 points mil gaye, you can draw a line. Right? So let's see that. So first we will put x1 equal to 0, x2 becomes 450, x2 0 put karte, x1 become 450. Similarly for the second constraint, x1 0 put karenge, we'll get x2 equal to 600. Then x2 0 put karte, we'll get x1 equal to 300. Right? Now we'll take a graph paper, we'll draw the first line. यहाँ पे मार्क करते हैं पहले 450 x2. So this point is 0, 450. Right? Similarly, second point mark करेंगे 450, 0. Okay, so 450, 0, and we will draw a line here. Now this constraint is less than or equal to. So whenever you find a less than or equal to kind of equation constraint, it means your feasible region is below this line, it is towards the origin. If you had this kind of equation, x1 plus x2 greater than or equal to 450. Greater than, that means your feasible region, आपका जो आंसर रहेगा, it will be away from the origin. Okay, so greater than अगर होगा तो लाइन के outside, away from the origin. If it is less than or equal to, it is towards the origin. Your feasible region is below this or towards the origin. Okay. Next, we'll take the next constraint, 0, 600. So 0, 600, first point. Second point, 300, 0. So 300 is here. This is your second point. Or draw a line through these 2 points. Okay. Now look at the inequality condition. Less than है. Less than मतलब towards origin. Towards origin. So आपका feasible region जो होगा वो इसके नीचे होगा. Right? Okay. Now first constraint suggests that the feasible region is on this side, and also the second constraint shows that less than, that means आपका feasible region होगा नीचे towards the origin. Now we know that due to the inequality non-negativity restriction, x1 and x2 should be greater than 0. Sorry, greater than 0 मतलब इसके ऊपर आपका feasible region है, right? Because you cannot go in a negative direction for x2. Similarly, you cannot go in this direction for x1. This is not allowed. Non-negativity restriction means whatever value of x1 and x2 should be, it should be more than 0 or equal to 0. Now see, observe this graph and identify the feasible region which passes all the condition. Okay, so देखो ये pass हो रहा है, देखो condition. This hatched area is above the origin, right? And also it is below these two lines. Okay, now the remaining portion, see this portion, it passes one condition but it fails for this blue line, constraint number 1, right? This area, this yellow area does not obey the first constraint. Okay, वो उसके ऊपर है, तो that is cancelled. Also this next area, I hope it is visible to you. This zone, again it passes the blue condition, that is constraint number 1, but it fails for the second constraint, right? So that's why this yellow region is subtracted. Only this red hatch portion is your feasible region. Okay, so I hope you understood this. Only identifying the feasible region is a little tricky task. Otherwise, your questions, your answers are very easy. Now, you identify that this hatch area or highlighted area is your feasible region. Okay, so that means your solution, आपका जो आंसर रहेगा वो feasible region के corner points पे है कहीं ना कहीं, right? So to get to your answer, actual answer, we'll do one small task. We will prepare one table where we will take the coordinates of x1, each and every corner points. So this first corner point is 0, 0. Never forget the origin also. Second corner points 300, 0. Third corner point 150, 300. Fourth corner point 0, 450. Okay, so these 4 corner points are present in your feasible region, and one of these 4 is your answer. ये इसमें से चारों में से एक ही आपका आंसर है. Okay, so let's start with राइटिंग डाउन x1 एंड x2 कोऑर्डिनेट्स फॉर ईच कॉर्नर पॉइंट्स कलेक्ट कर लिया। अब क्या करना है, इजी टास्क है। दिस इज योर ऑब्जेक्टिव फंक्शन। आपका प्रॉफिट का इक्वेशन है, देखो 3x1 plus 4x2। One by one we will put the values of x1 and x2 in this equation. So 3 into 0 0 plus 4 into 0 0, so z is 0 for case number 1, for corner point number 1। आपका प्रॉफिट कितना है, देखो 0 rupees। for second case 3x1, x1 is 300, so 3 into 3 900 plus 0 into 4, so 900। अगर आप ये कॉर्नर पॉइंट चूज करोगे, दैट मीन्स प्रोडक्शन ऑफ ए प्रोडक्ट इक्वल टू 300, और बी प्रोडक्ट कुछ भी प्रोड्यूस नहीं करोगे, 0, तो आपका प्रॉफिट कितना होगा, 900 रुपीज का। ओके, लेट्स चेक फॉर द थर्ड कॉर्नर पॉइंट 150, 300। if we produce a product 150 quantities and b product of 300 quantities, so our profit will be 1650। okay, so 150 into 3 plus 300 into 4, you got 1650। and let's check for the last one, last corner point। if I produce a component 0, कुछ भी प्रोडक्शन नहीं करेंगे a का, और बी प्रोडक्ट का 450 क्वांटिटीज प्रोड्यूस करेंगे, so we are going to earn a profit of 1800। okay, so out of these four choices, which one is the best profitable equation or answer? The last one. Here we are going to earn maximum profit, so this is your solution। so production of x1 और प्रोडक्शन ऑफ ए प्रोडक्ट 0, कुछ भी प्रोड्यूस नहीं करेंगे, और बी कंपोनेंट या बी प्रोडक्ट 450 क्वांटिटीज में प्रोड्यूस करेंगे, एंड वी आर गोइंग टू अर्न rupees 1800। okay, so if there are any doubt, please ask। so in next example, I have added the formulation step is removed, directly we have objective function and few constraint। now read it, and if possible make a note of this, लिख लो कहीं ना कहीं पे। this numerical covers almost all the cases you will face in any graphical problem, in any graphical problem। and this numerical I'll try to repeat, I'll try to explain 2 times। this numerical has some tricky situation also, you need better understanding of your mathematical formulation। okay, so I hope all of you have written it down, so I'll switch to the graphical part। okay, now if you have written the constraint, the first constraint was x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 30। okay, so इस constraint का पहले line बना लेते। so same procedure, x1 equal to 0, you will get x2 equal to 30, then x2 equal to 0 put करते, you will get x1 equal to 30। okay, so 0 comma 30 and 30 comma 0, these are your 2 points, we will plot them। okay, then we will draw a line through it। uh, the graph paper is visible to all, I hope, if not please let me know in the chat window। okay, So you got this line. So after that, somewhere on this line, make sure you note this less than sign. Like in the previous numerical I have told you, अगर less than sign होगा मतलब your feasible region is below this line or towards the origin. Okay, so somewhere note it down. Next, the next constraint is little bit easier one, x2 greater than or equal to 3. Okay, अब ये plot करना बहुत ही easy है. So whatever value of x1 you are dealing with, it doesn't have any effect on this constraint. Okay, so x2 should be always greater than or at least equal to 3. So x2 equal to 3. Okay, so यहाँ पे आपका 3 है. Draw a line. As there is a x1 absent from this equation, it will be a line parallel to horizontal or x-axis. Okay, so this is x2 equal to 3, right? But the constraint is greater than, means what? आपका feasible region greater than मतलब away from the origin. So आपका feasible region ऊपर है, देखो इस triangle के, sorry इस line के ऊपर. If we were dealing with only these two constraints, तो आपका feasible region होता ये, right? Okay, now we will add another constraint number 3. Constraint number 3 is x2 less than or equal to 12. Okay, so I forgot to activate this. Okay, next is x2 less than or equal to 12. Okay, for time being assume it's x2 greater, sorry, x2 equal to 12. Okay, so x2 equal to 12, draw a line like this. And what this less than suggests, less than matlab towards the origin, right? So below this, okay, so I hope it is making sense. Next constraint, another tricky one, x1 minus x2 greater than or equal to 0. Now, most of the time, what the student does, they go through the earlier same procedure. X1 equal to 0 put करेंगे, you will get x2 equal to 0. Same x2 equal to 0 put करोगे and you will get x1 equal to 0. So आपको क्या हो रहा है? You would like to draw a line, but what you get is a point only, 0, 0 and 0, 0. That's the origin only. And with only single point, you will not be able to draw a line, right? So don't do that. Understand your equation. Equation is x1 minus x2 should be greater than or equal to 0. What it suggests, like right now, I'll forget about this greater than sign. Okay, I'll forget about this greater than sign. So my equation become x1 minus x2 equal to 0. Okay, a line which represent this equation x1 minus x2 equal to 0. What it means, try to understand. x1 और x2 का difference 0 होना चाहिए, means what? x1 and x2 are same. x1 should be equal to x2, right? So a line representing this equation, मतलब x1 अगर 0 होगा तो x2 0 होना चाहिए. मतलब आपका फर्स्ट पॉइंट मिल गया, देखो यहाँ पे origin. Then if x1 is 10, x2 should also be 10, right? So this point. Another, if x1 is 20, x2 should also be 20, same. So that means a line which is at 45 degree to x-axis or y-axis, a linear line. This line represent x1 equal to x2, right? So draw a line like this. Your third equation. I hope all of you have understood this equation. ये थोड़ा tricky था. Now again coming back to the equation x1 minus x2, हमने assume किया था equal to 0, but in reality it is greater than sign. What it means, x1 should be always greater than or equal to x2. Okay, so x1 should be greater than or equal to x2. Okay, now this sign is going to help you. Where is your feasible region? Where is your feasible region? So try to understand that x1 should be always greater than x2, right? So on this line is for x1 equal to x2. If it should be x1 greater than or equal to x2, मतलब ऊपर रहेगा फिजिबल रीजन या नीचे वाला फिजिबल रीजन रहेगा इस लाइन के. ट्राई टू थिंक ऑन दिस. अप और डाउन. ओके, सो करेक्ट यश, इट शुड बी डाउन वन, नीचे वाला पोर्शन. जस्ट कॉमन सेंस यूज करो. देखो, टेक एनी रैंडम नंबर. सो लेट्स टेक द x1 इक्वल टू 10. सो x1 इक्वल टू 10 मतलब ये वाला, right? So this line, what my equation is suggesting, x1 should be greater than or equal to x2, right? So on this line x2 should be नीचे. इसके ऊपर देखो, इस यहाँ इसके ऊपर क्या हो रहा है, x2 becomes 11 और 12 और 13 and so on. बट हमारा कंडीशन क्या बोल रहा है कि x1 से ज्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए x2, मतलब ये वाला काट दो. नाउ बिलो दिस it is possible, right? So for constraint number 4, our feasible region is below this line, okay? Now next constraint is very easy. x1 is greater than or equal to 0 and it is less than or equal to 20. Okay, so 0 से बड़ा होना चाहिए x1, that is obvious, right? And x1 should be less than or equal to 20. Okay, so next constraint, this blue line represent x1 less than or equal to 20. Less than or equal to मतलब इसके on this side is your feasible region. Okay, now these are the lines you have plotted on the graph paper. We need to identify a region, a area which passes all the constraint. हर एक सब्जेक्ट में, हर एक कंस्ट्रेंट में उसने पास होना चाहिए. ओके, सो ऐसा रीजन आइडेंटिफाई करना है. देखो, आपका ये कंस्ट्रेंट है बिलो, ये कंस्ट्रेंट नीचे, दिस कंस्ट्रेंट सजेस्ट ग्रेटर देन, दिस कंस्ट्रेंट सजेस्ट लेस देन, इधर. So which is the area which passes all the constraint? So easily you will identify this is the zone which pass all the constraint. Now this area fails in this purple line. ये area भी fail हो रहा है, ये area भी fail हो रहा है, some of the constraint. ये area में देखो, ये blue वाला constraint fail हो रहा है. This zone is failed due to this line and so on. Okay, so this zone is your feasible region. Okay, इतना ही टास्क डिफिकल्ट है थोड़ा. आगे वाला पार्ट बहुत इजी है. जस्ट यू नीड टू आइडेंटिफाई द कॉर्नर पॉइंट्स. So if you have drawn these equations on the graph paper, you will get all the coordinates of corner points. Now using this corner points, you are going to calculate various z values. Okay, so coming back to the presentation part. So step number 1, फर्स्ट कंस्टेंट प्लॉट करेंगे. अगेन रिपीट कर रहा हूं मैं. सेकंड कंस्टेंट प्लॉट किया हमने. थर्ड कंस्टेंट प्लॉट कर दिया. कंस्टेंट नंबर 4, दैट वाज लिटिल ट्रिकी. x1 minus x2 greater than or equal to 0. Next one, x1 less than or equal to 20. Okay, so x1 less than or equal to 20, and based on all these constraints, this is your feasible region and all four, 5 corner points. Okay, now we will go to the z calculation. Z calculation, first you will write down the objective function z max equal to 2x1 plus 3x2. Okay, now prepare a table, take all the corner points. So first corner points was 3 comma 3, second corner points is 12 comma 12, 18 comma 12, 20 comma 10, 20 comma 3. Okay, now put those x1 x2 values in the z equation, in the objective function. Okay, so 2x1 plus 3x2 put kar diya, you get various values of z. Now coming back to the objective function, we need to maximize the z, maximize the gain. So which values of x1 and x2 provides the maximum value of z? So maximum value of z is 72. So corresponding to that are our x1 and x2 optimum answer. So x1 equal to 18 and x2 equal to 12 is going to give you z max equal to 72. So this is the best possible solution for your LPP problem. Okay, are there any doubts? Any part you would like me to repeat again? If no, let's go to the next slide. Some kind of reply is expected. Yes, no, कुछ तो भी बोलो. अगर समझ में आया तो yes बोल दो.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay. So I hope all of you have understood this. This is kind of a easiest part in the first unit LPP graphical method. In also, I'll suggest all of you, whenever you face a gate examination, there will be a numerical based on LPP for 2 marks. Just read the problem statement and identify. अगर दो वेरिएबल है वहां पे डिसीजन वेरिएबल x1 and x2, डायरेक्टली जंप ऑन टू द ग्राफिकल मेथड. दूसरा कोई मेथड यूज मत करो. गो फॉर द ग्राफिकल मेथड. ग्राफिकल मेथड बहुत ही इजी है एंड क्विकली इट इज गोइंग टू गिव ए आंसर. Otherwise, the second approach which we are going to learn in the next lecture, that is simplex method, is little bit tedious. So I I hope I expect all the student of D divisions to have a confidence based on the graphical approach. Okay, so again we will brush up the method for the next example. But यहाँ पे थोड़ा अलग क्या है, the objective function minimization. Okay, and also you are going to understand another term called as a unbound solution. Okay, so let's go to the next problem statement. Read the problem statement. Mohan Mickens breweries. Most of you might be aware about this brewery. It has two bottling plants, एक सोलान में है और एक मोहन नगर में. Okay. Now the requirement for the month April is given 20,000, 40,000 of various beverages. Okay. And the capacity is also, sorry, production capacity is also present in this table. Our aim here is to minimize the production cost to meet the demand, to meet these demands. Okay, the production cost per day are given 600 and 400 rupees for each of the plant. So this is your problem statement, and I think all of you can prepare decision variable, constraint, and objective function by reading the problem statement. So I'll skip the part of formulation. Here, decision variable x1 and x2 are number of days a plant will work. So x1 Solan plant and x2 Mohan Nagar plant. Next, the objective function. Objective function is minimization. So minimize z. The cost 600 x1 plus 400 x2. 600 rupees and 400 rupees is प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट. सो जब भी आप प्रोडक्शन कॉस्ट देखोगे, योर एम शुड बी मिनिमाइजेशन. प्रॉफिट अगर होगा तो मैक्सिमाइजेशन. नाउ कंस्ट्रेंट. सो बेस्ड फॉर each and every type of beverage for whiskey you are going to get a constraint. उसका डिमांड था 20,000. so your production from both the plant should be, if we sum up, it should be greater than or equal to 20,000. Similarly for beer and for fruit juices. Non-negativity restriction, you cannot produce beer, whiskey, or sorry, production of these part in negative quantity. Okay, so these are your constraint. So let's work on this. अब आगे वाला पार्ट आपको इजी जाएगा. फर्स्ट constraint, second. Based on that, you will put the values of x1 equal to 0. You will get x2 13.3. x2 0 put karo, you will get x1 13.3. then you will plot a graph for that constant. आपने line draw कर ली. This line represent constant number 1. Okay, and it should be greater than or equal to 0. so इसके ऊपर आपका feasible region रहेगा. Okay, second constraint x1 0 put करोगे, x2 will be 40. Okay, x2 will be 40. then आप क्या करोगे, x2 equal to 0 put करोगे, what will be x1? 40 by 3, that is 13.3. so based on this constraint, you will draw another line, the green one. You will take the third constraint, 2000 x1 plus 5000 x2 greater than or equal to 44,000. Okay, so sorry, for the second constraint again greater than sign है, तो आपका feasible region इस direction में, away from the origin. So for third constraint, you are going to get these points. We will draw it on the graph paper, and also this last constraint is also greater than sign, so above. Now just look at this graph. All three lines suggest, all three constraints suggest your feasible region away from the origin, away from the origin. So zone देखो ये वाला. So this area is your feasible region. It goes up to the infinity, right? So this area is your feasible region. If we were dealing with maximize Z, maximization, okay, so this kind of solution is called as a unbound solution. जिसको बाउंड ही नहीं है, जिसको कुछ लिमिट ही नहीं है, बाउंडिंग बॉक्स नहीं हो रहा, we call it as a unbound solution, right? So if we were dealing with maximize Z, we could have got the answer somewhere here. That could be your maximize Z. Okay. But as we are dealing with minimization problem, that is not the tricky task here. Okay. So this is your feasible region. You got the corner points, at least तीन corner points मिले हमें. So we will check Z value for all these three corner points. Okay. So if you look at the numbers, पहले ये वाला, sorry, first one 0,40 डाला, we got Z 1600. Second डाला तो 8684, and third one अगर put किया आपने तो 12,000. So these are your production cost. Now look at the objective is minimization. So which one is the minimum value? The second one is the minimum value. Corresponding to that Z is our answer. So our answer is x1 equal to 12.18 and x2 equal to 3.44, and minimum production cost is 8,684. Okay, so that's your answer. But technically you cannot run a plant for 12.18 days. Okay, but if you remember the second lecture, continuity हमने assume किया था. We assume that the numbers, decision variables can take the fractional values too. So आपने fraction allowed किया, but if you are a manager for Mohan McCain's brewery, so what you will do, x1 12 है तो 12 days के लिए आप run करोगे, and x2 आप क्या करोगे 4 days के लिए run करोगे. Okay, so 0.44 or 0.18 is not a realistic number, so that's why we will take 12 and 4 days, and again we will recalculate Z value. So 600 into 12 plus 400 into 4, that Z is around 9,000 something, or sorry 8,800 something. So that will be your answer Z. Okay, अगर आपने 8,684 भी रखा, it's okay, but reality में आपको ऐसे represent करना चाहिए उसको 12 and 4, fraction number to normal whole number में convert करना है. Okay, so that's it for the today's lecture. If somebody has doubt, let me know. Otherwise I'll float a Google form to record today's attendance in the chat window. I suggest all students to please solve at least 2-3 problems using graphical method at home. Until and unless you try on your own, you will not have a better understanding. Okay. So if there are any doubt, let me know. Otherwise, put your attendance in the Google form and you can leave the session.